Well, greetings subscribers, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and today we're doing a product view on the Saris 9501 Classic Roller. Now, this is something that I wanted like 40 years ago, back in my BMX racing days, and just really couldn't afford it. I remember one company, I'm not sure who it was making them, and I knew one rider that their sponsor bought him one, and I was never able to ride it, so with Black Friday and the Christmas sales going on, I picked this up off of Amazon. I think it was $324 with free shipping. And why this particular model? Well, Saris puts together a basic roller package. The rollers are aluminum and it's made in the US. So, and it's pretty complete. I mean, you don't need to get too detailed on this. I mean, you just basically need a good frame, good strong frame, good rollers, and that's about it. I like this particular model because there's not much to it. There's really no assembly required. There's nothing really on it to maintain other than maybe the drive band, and it folds up and stacks vertically, so you can pretty much throw it in your car or in the back of your SUV, or wherever you might be taking your bike, or just put it up against the wall when you're ready to use it, and it's good to go. So I did unpack this already, but there's not much to it. It came with some plastic banding straps, just a couple pieces of cardboard holding the rollers, and other than that, this is pretty much it. Like I said, this is the 9501 basic roller. It ships, again, pretty much pre-assembled. There's not much to it, and not much that needs to be done. Just pull it out of the box as is. This is pretty much how it ships, like that. So again, not much as far as complications. You've got 3 pre-sized aluminum rollers. These are also just flat. They're not concaved at all, which I prefer. Gives you more of a better training because you have basically more drift on that cylinder. It is grooved, so it does have some grooves on it, kind of keep you in track. But yeah, if you've ever ridden your bike on like a sheet of ice or a frozen pond, that's pretty much what your first experience is going to feel like. And then got this rubber band that connects the cylinders together, and that gets the back wheel and the front wheel rolling in kind of synchronized fashion. And I like that better than a fixed bicycle training, because yeah, once you're on this, I mean, it works all of your muscles and your balance, and also the more you speed up or slow down, it just gives you a completely different riding experience. But this thing's pretty cool as far as it's got just these small little interlocking tabs for folding purposes, and this is pretty much all that's required. You just pull this up a little bit and drop this down, and like I said, for simplicity, this is about as basic as it gets. So there you have it. I like the fact that it's got feet on the end, the center, and also the other end. This little band just drops down into the groove. So even if you get it wrong, you can just kind of move that over, drop it down into the little groove. And all 3 of these rollers, the front one is adjustable, so you can go 20-inch all the way up to like a 29-inch bicycle, depending on what your like fork position is, and your axle and your rake. And then this center position has another foot pad, keep things in place. Again, all these cylinders are exactly the same, so they are interchangeable, and they do have grooves on each end, so that's nice too. And then for adjustability for your bike, these back ones are fixed, so that's where your back wheel is going to go, and we'll drop the Hutch Trickstar in here and show you that. And then the front one's adjustable just by removing these and moving it up to wherever you need it. And we'll go over that a little bit as well. I won't get too much into kind of tips and tricks on this thing. I'll do that on another video. This is just going to kind of be the basics, taking it out of the box and getting a bike on it and showing you, basically what it does. So yeah, let me grab the bike and we'll give you at least a few seconds of how this thing works. All right, so this is my 1985 Hutch Trickstar Candy Apple Red, and pretty much all original with the exception of a few parts. But for display purposes and just the initial setup, figured we'd use this because it's already set up for 20 inch. So you're just gonna set the bike down in these two rollers here with the rear wheel, and what that's gonna do is it's going to get this rear most roller going counterclockwise. That band is going to be turning the front roller counterclockwise as well. So you get basically that full motion of riding a bike. But I always relate it to, cutting across a frozen pond, because if you've never been on one of these before, that's what it's going to feel like. And some people get it right away. I didn't really have too much of a problem. Other people, especially if they're clipped in, you're going to see a lot of videos of roller failure. And that mainly has a lot to do with the bike stopping. You have no gyroscope and you're not moving. So once you stop and you can't get clipped out and put your foot down, you're going to go over. But on the tips and tricks video, I'll show you, getting up to speed and pretty good speed. And if you roll off or roll back on, or, you make some kind of mistake, how it's not that critical. But so the setup on the front really is the only thing that you really need to do. I mean, other than getting this band in place and in the groove, and you can put it on the left side or the right side. There's a groove in each one of these rollers. And again, like I said, if you have a problem or you damage one of these, you can move this around and use one of the other rollers and one of the other sides. So, I mean, that's kind of good too. The only thing that I would say is I wish they would have included an additional band, because, if you happen to step on this or run it over too many times or break it for whatever reason, it'd be nice to have an additional one as a spare, and or have another one connected on the other side. So back to the initial front wheel positioning, you have all these different holes drilled out for different sizes. So this is as far back as this will go, and is ideal for a 20-inch bike, depending on what the wheelbase happens to be. And you can move that up to 24-inch, 26-inch, I think 29-inch probably on the outside. I've had my mountain bike on it, and 26 is fine as well. And they have the documentation in the manual that shows you where this should be positioned in relationship to the front wheel and the fork. So front wheel should be sitting almost center, but not quite, little back, so it kind of keeps you within that space. And then they also say, depending on the front axle, should be not exactly over the top of the roller, but a little back and not too far back. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of drag and it's not going to be that fun. So that's basically kind of all you really need to do to get this thing set up. And again, as the back wheel spins, you can kind of see what's going on here. As the back wheel turns, it's moving the front wheel. So that's that riding on a sheet of ice. And you can see what the stability is. However, moving the bike, forward out of this position is actually not as easy as it thinks. And also running it backwards is not necessarily a problem either. So it will kind of sit where it's supposed to. And then you just get on it and ride. And I'll show you a little bit of that because it's not that bad, especially indoors and next to a wall, or grab a chair or something so you have something to hang on to until you get used to that feeling and you can start pedaling. And again, I'm going to do that on a little tips and tricks video that's going to follow. And give you some of my recommendations. First one being, don't clip yourself in until you got the hang of this. So, all right, well, hope you enjoy that. And again, that's the Saris basic roller, available on Amazon or on their website, free shipping. Mine actually arrived the very next day, so it was overnight free, and that's without Prime. And couldn't be happier to finally have one, and looking forward to yeah, being able to stand up and really crank on this. So we'll see you on the next video for tips and tricks. Stay tuned. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot to give you a little writing video. So as I said, best thing to do is just get on, and again, don't need to worry too much about this going forward off or backwards off. As you can see, bike kind of stays pretty much where it needs to be. Initially, you want to probably get yourself either a chair or something that you can hold on to, or just put yourself next to a wall. The wall is good because you can put both hands on the handlebars and lean your elbow or lean your forearm against the wall to help with the balance. Or you can just get on it and start pedaling. Important thing with pedaling is keep pedaling. Most people have difficulty starting out on these just because they're doing this and they're putting their foot down, and then they're doing another pedal and they're putting their foot down. Don't do that. Just go up against the wall, get on it, get pedaling at first, and you can either just keep your hand or your arm against the wall like this and lean into the wall, or get yourself balanced, and you'll find that the faster you pedal, the better the gyro, and the better you'll stay up until you can really start cranking on this thing. And there you have it. See you on the next video.